Yo, everyone. The Yonko Table is back in session for Star Wars Mania. We're here every Wednesday. You guys know where to catch us for the Book of Boba Fett. We're here to talk about the Fett Man, everyone's favorite bounty hunter. We're on episode 4 of season 1 for the Book of Boba Fett. And at this point, we're at the halfway mark for the series. And we got a lot to talk about this episode this week. Some positive, some negative. We'll get into it. But with me, as always, is fellow Yonko GrandMasterHoop. Grandmaster, how'd you like this episode this week?
I enjoyed this episode thoroughly. I thought it's a good build up. It's good stuff is coming. Just be patient. And I think this episode is a good teaser of what's to come. I mean, I think we finally have an enemy now to all point the finger at. So really? Again, more pieces are coming into play now. I'm here for this episode. I thought this was a cohesive episode. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. All right. That's fine. And Toasty, I already know you enjoyed the episode, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, best episode of the season so far. Hand down my favorite. I didn't get bored at all from the 40-minute flashback scene. No, nothing, The story didn't progress anywhere, but we got some nice, again, 40-minute out of 50-minute flashback. Quality television.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Let's get into the episode. Listen, this was flashback 80% of the way. 90% of the way. This is all flashback. And I understand they had to address a couple things on how they got to the point in the Book of Boba Fett where they're at right now with Fennec and how Boba basically surmised their plan on how they were going to be the next family on Tatooine. But listen, I was bored out of my mind in this episode. I'm being honest. I was bored the hell out of my mind. There were good moments that I liked. Grandmaster, help me out here. Help me like this episode. I like certain things, but most of it I was just bored. The flashbacks were a drag.
I didn't find it a drag. It's their character pieces, It's like, oh, it's Boba Fett, but you're not Boba Fett. Boba Fett's the dude with the armor. And it's like, Boba Fett's over here, he's having like a midlife crisis. He's like, no, I am Boba Fett. And although the armor, gave me authority, I still am authority. I'm Boba Fett. I'm the fearsome bounty hunter. My name, shoots fear into your hearts, but he's been missing a piece of himself, and he's trying to find it. And he's like we've been saying, as far as to, trying to figure a reason why he's on this mission to be Daimyo. He's tired of working for idiots who want to get him killed. Like right. I like that part. It's a character piece. And then, he meets Fennec and he rescues her, and he's like, I will bring you can be a part of this. I don't want to just hire you as a hired gun. You take share of the profits and whatever we do, It's respect. He's over the bull that he's been putting up with, his whole life from people like the Hutts and other bounty hunters. And he's taking a different road. He's taking the road less traveled. And he said, we're going to do this out of respect. I need a tribe. The man's never been part of a tribe. Like, that's beautiful. The one tribe, and he admits it. He's like, the Tuskens took me in. I tried to help them, and I got them massacred.
Yes, I agree. I liked where it all came together, like where it culminated. Like, to me, the highlight of the episode was when we finally learned, where Boba's coming from, why he's doing all this stuff with the Pykes and the neighboring gangs and clans on Tatooine, and why he wants to be a daimyo. I like that scene where he's talking with Fennec and he's saying, I'm tired of being the punching bag on everyone's list. And he even saw the logic in it where he's saying, I've seen the people that hire me. I've seen how much of a bunch of clowns they are with how they handle their work. If it was I that was in that position, I would not make those same mistakes again. I'm not going to rule out of fear. I'm going to rule out of respect. And he set an example as himself to show Fennec, listen, I'm going to rule out of respect by showing you what I want from you. I want you to respect me, but I'm not going to be, forceful with it. He pretty much put his, I wouldn't not his heart, but what's the word? Like he put himself out there basically saying, I'm going to put my trust into you. I want you to trust me the same way I'm going to trust you with this. And
that's definitely something he probably hasn't explored throughout his years as far as putting his trust. I think honestly, the last person he really probably put his trust in was probably just his father, Django. You know? So yes, he's putting himself out there. He's vulnerable. He's saying, I have your back and I hope you have my back. I hope, right? It's not forced. He's really saying, I will show you loyalty if you, show me the same, right? He's showing her what he wants out of this venture of his. I like character pieces and I really enjoyed that. Was it a long flashback? Yes. Did we need a generic action scene of them liberating his ship that really didn't have really many stakes at all? They kind of did that with ease.
They really did.
I mean, he's Boba Fett. I'm Boba Fett. She's Fennec Shan, Master Assassin. They they walked in there and whooped ass, and it wasn't. I will not say the action is probably the selling point of this series so far.
Right.
But if you look at it as a character piece, I think that's where you can find the most enjoyment.
And that's the thing too. I enjoyed that moment of what the episode led to, but you kind of alluded to it right now. It was everything else before that culminated to that moment where I'm like, oh my God, what are we doing? We're capturing Boba Fett's ship. How long is this gonna take? Oh no, this is where he meets Fennec. Oh, okay. So that's the Mandalorian right there. That's where the Mandalorian section meets. I just couldn't. I couldn't. I get they probably had to address this to show how the two met and what circumstances they had to go through in order for Fennec to even be under Boba's wing at this point. I just wasn't for it. It was really drawn out. Because once I got to the moments that I liked, I was like, man, what? So what was the last 40 minutes?
Again, I think Fennec is probably, I don't want to call it the weakest point of the show, but yes, it was very much oh, okay, you saved my life. Oh, you want me to be loyal to you? Oh, you're gonna have my back too? I'm in there. That was it. And then girl, you were on the verge of death. And now you're just willy-nilly giving your soul to this dude. I mean, granted, he is a revered bounty hunter, but again, I feel the writing has been relatively weak for Fennec. I don't know. And again, that's because we don't have much backstory on her. And I don't know if, like I said, the other show, The Bad Batch, explored that backstory of her. But I don't know what makes her tick. Yeah, she just kind of went along with it. It was very easy.
Okay. Yeah.
That would have been cool if she said, prove yourself. Prove you're Boba Fett. But I heard Boba Fett died in the Sarlacc pit. You can't be Boba Fett.
He lived. Okay.
Okay.
Honestly, I gotta say, you mentioned something about a crisis of character, right? Was that what you said?
Like a midlife crisis.
The only crisis was the episode writing. That is it. This episode was a goddamn disaster. It started off well with him being in that waterbed again. Honestly, I'm surprised.
Oh, that's your favorite scene. What tells you? I thought you liked the back the tank.
No, honestly,
they addressed it.
No, Honestly, I thought he was gonna have some serious PTSD and wake up shaking from the bed when the robot came to wake him up. And they said, "Yes, Boba, you're finally healed." So hopefully, this is the last time we see him on that bed. It's over.
Yes.
But guess what? He's gonna be
It's
back.
the culmination of the character.
Like, guess what?
finally
No.
resolved.
After he get his ass whooped next episode, he's gonna be right back in that bed, struggling to breathe. Excuse me, struggling to breathe. So I'm expecting to see him again in that bed. If not, we're gonna see him in that bed in a flashback because that's all this episode was.
The back to tank was with the acid, right? It was the acid that he was recovering
that was the whole
from.
thing. He spent all that time in the acid. He needed the back to tank. That's why he was in there.
And you said repeatedly that you love those scenes.
Of course. Honestly, I was hoping somebody else came in and jumped them. And I thought the episode was going to be good.
Twice?
This episode?
Yes, again, because I'm like, where's security in this place? Notice we did not see the motorcycle gang at all this episode. And flashbacks do not count. Those are supposed...
Oh, you talking about his gang?
Yeah. Yeah, his motorcycle gang.
The Power Rangers?
Yeah, the Power Rangers, they were in a quick flashback. It was like when they were flashbacking over what he did. And he said, actually, no, that was the preview of the episode. They were not even in the episode. They were in the preview of the episode. Right. So, again, why introduce a bunch of characters and not do anything with them?
That's just money, though. That's like,
you'll
be in the next episode. We'll pay you.
We're on budget constraints for Star Wars?
I guess.
Like, for God's sake, and again, I did notice a couple things with the story. Like, even when he goes to the pit to go get his armor, we can talk about that later. I thought there was some inconsistency with that. But either way, I'm like, this episode was just so boring to me. The flashback are not bad, but I would have preferred if the first half of the season was all flashback and the second half was progressing the story to the present day. Because I'm tired of being in the present and being sent back to the flashback and knowing that none of what happened in the flashback matters in the grand scheme of it. Yes, we learn why he's doing all of this. We learn all of that. But at the same time, I want to see him go to war. I want to see him fight. So far, it's just been nothing. And again, I'm not a big Star Wars fan, so the only interaction I have with Boba Fett are in video games. And maybe I believe he was in the cartoon, the Star Wars cartoon, Rebels.
The
one with Anakin. Clone Wars, the Clone Wars. Yeah, with Anakin Skywalker when it went over the backstory. I think he was in that. So even the movie when he died, I did not really remember how he died. That's how I don't know his importance. Yeah, I mean, he looked like the man was drunk and he got hit. He hit a wall like a clown and rolled into a pit. Like, you could have taken this and replaced it by Wile E. Coyote and you would not know the difference. This is how bad it was. So, but honestly, I was hoping this show was going to make him seem like more of a badass. I had issue with the age to begin with. Y'all know this. We've been talking about this for 4 episodes. There's no point zigging anymore. But next episode better be amazing.
Well, we have 3 episodes left, right? 7?
It doesn't matter.
7.
I don't care if it's 3 episodes. The next 3 episodes better be all bombing. I want
No, they have to.
30. No, they have to be.
We're now caught up. There's no
exactly.
There's nothing else to go.
Yeah, there's no more flashbacks. There's no more flashbacks.
There's no. And you know what? They're gonna do some flashback. I'm 90% sure of it.
I don't know. I think they're
watch next episode. This episode was 40 minutes long.
Mark your words.
Watch next episode be another 40-minute long, and it's gonna go over a 25-minute flashback of those
we already
fan
know what
people.
Happens
the
next.
Tuscan, is that what they call them? The sand people. The yeah. Like the one with the cane.
Exactly.
Like watch. It's gonna be a 30-minute flashback over a house a couple of them live, and he ended up finding them. I don't know. I'm tired of it. This show was. I don't understand why my business subscription is going up. Because if that thing is going up to $80 a year, and this is what they're releasing, because they're in a budget constraint, as some of us believe, I am pissed. I'm gonna refund.
Believe it
I
or
demand a
not,
refund.
believe it or not, it'd actually be 90 because I think Florida does this weird thing with its taxes where it's
God damn
$10
it.
more with
You know what?
So it's 80. It's 80. Disney will say it's 80, but it's actually 90 when you cash out. Oh man.
Listen, they're done with the flashbacks because they caught up. We don't need a little side quest on him.
We're gonna get
literally
another
nothing they
one.
can do.
I'm calling
They
it now. They love
can't
their
do anything
flashback.
else.
The way that scene transitioned, it sounds when he said you are fully healed. He only has those flashbacks when he's in the back to tank.
Right.
We only ever see those in the back to tank. So now that he is healed, I think we're gonna see some more badass Boba, which I do agree there is some inconsistencies as far as because he was super badass in Mandalorian, at least in that first
That one
episode he
scene,
appeared, right?
Yeah.
And I guess he forgot he got stripped by the Jawas, which I guess I get.
Yeah, isn't that how he lost the armor?
Yeah, that's how he lost it.
Yeah.
But he was unconscious, I guess. Wasn't he unconscious?
No, but it
he
doesn't
was
matter.
a little,
He crawled out.
disillusioned.
But it doesn't matter. He crawled out of the stomach. He burned the stomach open to crawl out of it. So it's not like he literally dug with his hand. He should have known that he used the armor to get out of it. So this entire 5-minute scene of them going back to kill the worm monster. I don't know the name, honestly. I'm sorry, Star Wars.
Sarlacc.
I don't think Star Wars is that good.
You call it
Star Trek is
Snorlax?
better.
The Sarlacc.
Yeah, the Snorlax.
No, the Sarlacc.
The Snorlax, you're right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Snorlax. Let's call it the Snorlax. Because Desho had me sleeping like Snorlax. But anyway, moving on. Going to that scene, I didn't see the point of it. It was it was kind of cool to see him and see them killed it. Which again, we didn't really see the beast because it's buried underneath the sand. I had to look it up to see that yes, they can crawl out of the sand because they are a baby version of them. I thought it was a giant plant, but turned out it's like a carnivore. Kind of you know, animal. But ignoring my point, I didn't understand the point of that scene. He crawled out of the stomach before. He knows he crawled out of his stomach before. Regardless if he realized if he had left his armor or not, he knew he had his armor in there because that's how he survived. And he knew that he must have burned it to crawl out. You didn't use your hand and dig out of this. So the fact that he went back in there to look for the armor made absolutely no sense at all. At all. There was no reason for him to go. And I was confused because I thought I was the jackass. Because I'm like, okay, so either I have a dementia or I'm the idiot. But I'm not both. So what's going on here? What's going on? Why is this man back here? And again, for me, I think it was just supposed to be a money shot for the old fan of the show to say, oh, look, you can see Jabba the Hutt ship. Guys, look, if you watch the old movies, this is something from the past. That's all it was. It was just an Easter egg scene. And it was a waste of time. Like this entire goddamn episode. I rest my case.
I'm going to assume the Sarlacc acid can leave one's memory not all the way intact. I'm going to leave it at that.
We're doing headcanon?
Headcanons. Okay.
I'm gonna leave it at that. She said he had not been healed by the acid, so I'm gonna assume everything wrong with him at this point is due to the overexposure to the Sarlacc stomach acid.
And it's hot out there. It's in the desert.
It is very hot out there.
The sun can make you delusional.
There you go. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Money shot as Easter eggs. Yeah, definitely Easter egg vibes. Yes, in the grand scheme, no. It did feel like a waste of time. But again, it's closure. That's where he died. That's where the old Boba Fett died. That's where the new Boba Fett arisen. Closure. It's thematic.
Could have stayed dead.
It's thematic. It'll play back. Out of the Sarlacc pit, hand rises. All right, let's talk about the present. What's happening in the present? Because, as much as the flashbacks don't move. Oh, what did we miss?
You didn't talk about his revenge for the Tusken.
That was a great scene. I thought that was really cool too.
Okay, yeah.
I thought
that was probably the best
mowed them down.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was very quick. I thought it was gonna be a drawn out scene, showing the chase and maybe some action, but it was I got some business to take care of.
Well, that's That's the thing, though.
Right.
Nice impression, by the way.
Thank you.
Fennec was like, you think those bikers took out the Tuskens? So again, it's an intricate game. I guess the Pykes are playing, but at least he knows the bikers.
Pykes.
He knows the bikers were a part of it. So
Gotta mow them down.
Yeah, might as well mow them down. So even if they're not at the head, he's working his way up.
Right.
And
right.
Yeah, man, no mercy. Just
right. He's like, I'm telling you, the enjoyable parts of the episode were when he was in the present, because that's how it's always been, like, through the entire series for the most part, except for maybe when he was with the Tuskens and learning the culture and everything. But like right now, like we have that scene where he's having dinner with all the other
the houses.
Yeah.
And he had the baby Rancor in the pit.
That was that was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
It was good.
And again, that's the present. Like we see him like actually doing something and we're wondering, okay, what's going to happen with this? Like, what is he gonna do? What is his angle? Like his plan now? That's why the present is so good in this show. While the past is, yeah.
I'll say this about the past. The one thing I'm glad from the flashback is we finally got the goal, the end game of what he's trying to do. I got that out of it, and I'm like, okay, fine. If I got one nugget of greatness from these flashbacks, I got this from this episode. I know his goal. I know what he wants, and now all these actions in the present, they make sense. He wasn't even going to charge them a tax. Can you believe that? I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely bananas. No tribute, no tax. What's the catch? He just wants in on the, like, what's the catch with him? Well, he just watches over the territories?
To work together. No, you said they have to work together and take out the Pykes. And that's why he told him at the end, even though they claim they don't want to do it, he said that they're going to realize that if they don't do this, the Pyke is going to take over their territory.
Well, yeah, they're going to take over the whole plan.
They're going to act in their own self-interest.
Yeah, it's practically saying we strong together, we weak alone.
Right.
That's really the logic he's going with. Like
we strong together.
Well, even if that logic doesn't work, his biggest thing too was he said, "Don't pick a side. I will take care of the Pykes." He said, "Just don't betray me. Be neutral. Just remain neutral. He said, with or without y'all, I'm going to go ahead and try to take out the Pykes. It will be easier if y'all don't betray me." That's what he said. Which is, again, smart. Again, they got the more territory. He's got a biker gang, Fennec, a Rancor trainer, one droid, two Gamorrean guards, and Black Chrysanthemum. Who has joined the fray.
He joined the fray, like we called it. He was gonna join at some point. You don't design someone like this and not do anything with them. Did I miss why he got so pissed in the bar?
Okay.
So I'm guessing it's related to what the hostess was saying about the Coliseum stuff, maybe?
Yes.
Okay, so run it by me, because I'm like, bro, why are you getting pissed?
I was lost too.
This is what I know, and this is from Clone Wars series. Trandoshans, those you remember
the reptiles?
Yeah, the reptiles.
Okay.
I don't know if they run the Coliseum, but I know according to Clone Wars, Trandoshans would kidnap younglings from all over the galaxy, and they would hunt them for sport. And the biggest targets to kill, like they would literally drop them off on the planet and go hunt them.
I was one of the Clone Wars episodes.
Yeah, that was a Clone Wars episode.
Was that the one with Ahsoka?
It was Ahsoka.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. If you could kill a Jedi, bam, that's a lot of cred. If you could kill a Wookiee, that's a lot of cred. And Chewbacca was in that episode with Ahsoka.
Right.
Yeah, he got captured too. So I don't know if the Trandoshans run the Coliseum, but clearly this dude has a grudge against Trandoshan. So I'm going to assume the Trandoshans ran the Coliseum. But like she said, That was a long time ago. Things have changed. Coliseum days are over, a thing of the past. But the guy, he still wanted to rip off his arm, which was a nice little touch, in my opinion.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Right.
Homie could have just put him down.
I mean, that's definitely a hate crime, though, I guess. Right?
Yeah. It's a hate crime.
Right. Like, just because sins of your fathers, just because Trandoshans.
Yeah, those guys are probably just there for a good time.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
They were having a party.
Oh my god, because like in my head when I'm watching the episode, I'm just trying to like insert like my own dialogue into what Chrysanthemum was thinking, and because all you saw was him looking at the Trandoshans and they're just having a good time, and he's just boiling and boiling. I'm in my head.
Why they're having fun?
Drunk.
He is drunk. He's drunk. So
right.
I did attribute that to some of his actions, but like in my head, I'm thinking he's thinking like they're having a good time.
My people aren't having a good time.
My people don't have a good. And he put the brass knuckles on, man.
He did.
Yeah, he was going for the kill.
He was. He
so
settled
mean.
for an arm.
Which
is great though, because like I said, this is the antithesis to Chewie. Like Chewie is calm and collected, and he's funny. I mean, the most we ever seen him, I don't think he's only ripped off a droid's arm, unless you play the Lego Star Wars games. That's the only other iteration where I think
rip off people's
where he rips off.
That's still horrible.
Right.
Love life matter.
Right.
Like those poor droids, you saw how they reacted in the cartoons. They had feelings. They saw the Jedi. They said, Roger, Roger, we got to get out of here. So.
But this dude is just, what is it? Actions first, speak later, or whatever.
Yeah.
He goes in. Yeah, man, this guy is dark. He's got some history. He's a gladiator. So I'd like to see
survived.
more. That survived. And then he turned to a life of bounty hunting. Let's see what he does as a muscle for Boba in the future, in the war. Like, come on, man. This got to be one of your heavy hitters.
He is the only heavy hitter, yeah.
Actually, because I know Boba approached him and he said, it looks like you need work. Did we get a confirmation that he
was at the dinner?
He was at the dinner? Oh,
he was there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Rancor was the big intimidation at the dinner.
Big reveal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which makes no sense. Why are they so afraid of the Rancor? What is the story with that? Like,
well, if you look closely, I think they were literally positioned
underneath it, yeah.
To where if he could have just flipped the lever,
Yeah.
But you would have dropped the entire table in there, including himself.
Oh, but the Rancor loves him. Remember, he imprinted.
That's true.
Yeah, the Rancor's not going to harm him. And plus, I think it's just more like a sign of power, too.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name? Jabba had a Rancor. He fed people to the Rancor, and people feared him because of it. So they see a Rancor in this guy's possession, Boba, and they're like, oh, whoa. Oh, the Jabba had a Rancor too, so.
Think about the assassin. He cowered in fear when he said, "Let's feed him to the Rancor."
There's this illogical fear. People would rather have their throats slit than be fed to a Rancor.
Right.
Honestly, I want to know. Like, I might look that up later to see, like, what's the difference? Like, does it like play with them and like rip off their legs one at a time? Like, I want to know, like, what's the story with it?
It has to be something like that.
Yeah, because I feel like there's way more. Again, I'm not familiar that much with like the Star Wars mythos and universe, but I feel like there's way more dangerous stuff out there, apart from a Rancor.
Oh well, yeah, definitely. But
like, I guess Snorlax is in the middle of the desert. You practically melting alive in a stomach acid. So,
but you can't train a Sarlacc,
right? I think it's one of those few like it's like having a tiger in a cage, right?
Like, that's a good thing.
No one wants to be fed to a tiger. I'm sure they would rather say, kill me now, please. Do not feed me to the tiger.
Because that thing is gonna go for the throat. It's not gonna kill you slowly.
It's a slow death.
It's not gonna kill you fast. Yeah,
a carnivorous animal.
It would not be. Neither one would be fun. No doubt.
It would not.
Right.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
But you have to sit there and like suffer through a
Right.
tiger or a rancor gnawing at you. Right.
Exactly.
Gotta fight back.
So the last thing I could think of, and I need to go back and watch the episode. I know Grandmaster, you mentioned it.
I caught it right immediately.
A song played. What happened?
The score, man, the theme, and Toasty got the proper background. You know, they're like, war is imminent. I mean, they've been talking about war for like the last 2 episodes, but he's ready now to go to war, I guess, even if they don't have enough muscle. And then Fennec's like, basically like, you need more muscle, huh? And I know
that might be the next episode, them looking for muscle. So they might even go to war.
But did you hear the score that played? It was the theme, because you know Boba Fett has a specific theme. It's like,
right.
Yeah,
dun, 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 dun. That's the Boba Fett, Boba Fett theme. But this theme is the
yeah,
the soft little opening of the Mandalorian theme.
Yes.
So I really hope this is not just a tease of, oh, we're gonna see Apollo Creed. I forget his character's name.
Lando?
No, Apollo Creed, the black guy in Mandalorian. He was like,
Apollo-
Mando.
That's not Lando Calrissian?
No, what?
You said Apollo Creed.
That's
Not
the
every
actor
black
who
guy has the
plays
same
Apollo
name.
Creed.
Oh, okay. No,
my
I
God.
know you were saying Apollo Creed. I thought you were referencing like the character. Like, yeah,
No,
it's the guy who did Apollo Creed.
I'm saying Apollo Creed because it's the same actor.
Okay.
Like I
Paul
don't. I
Weathers.
hope.
I know who you're talking about.
All
He's the guy that gave the Mandalorian like the mission originally.
Yes, he was
Yeah.
running the guild in that section. Right.
Right. I remember.
I hope it's
Yeah.
not like it's gonna be characters from the show. I hope it's the Mando.
Right.
I hope they
okay.
go to the Mando.
You can't use his theme
That's
and
his
not
theme.
bring
Right.
the actual
Yeah.
character.
And at this point of the story, do we know when in the Mandalorian this take place?
This takes place after, like, you know,
Season 2,
they helped.
right?
What?
Yeah.
I forgot when they stopped helping Mando, but at this point, if they go get him, Mando will have already given Grogu to Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
And it's now, you know, he will have the dark saber, if anything.
Ooh, that's
Unless-
right.
That's right.
Unless what they could pull this, they could pull where Boba Fett is running this way. Maybe what the events of season 3 of The Mandalorian, some events already happened.
Oh, they
to where,
cross.
yeah,
Oh,
so where
okay.
when season 3 starts, it'll be like, oh, this is where he goes back and helps Boba in his war.
Okay.
But either
Okay.
way,
Yeah.
very cool nonetheless, because I did not think they would bring the Mando in the series. I thought, you know, if this is the Book of
Ahsoka.
Boba Fett. Say again?
I thought you were gonna say Ahsoka. They were gonna bring Ahsoka in there.
Well, that's the things, and that's kind of what I like. And I hate that I make this comparison. It's almost like kind of like the CW shows where they do a really
Oh.
good job at
Oh,
intertwining
yeah.
their characters.
Yeah, Supergirl, Archer, Arrowverse, all of that thing.
Right,
The Arrow-
right.
Yeah.
You know, say
The
what you want about
Flash,
those
yeah.
shows, but they do a really good job at just having these crossovers. Whether
They
they
really
be
do a really
big,
good job. Yeah.
yeah, whether they be big or small. So, yeah, at some point maybe we could have seen Ahsoka. Maybe, you know, Ahsoka could have just popped up on Tatooine looking for whatever. But the fact that they bring a Mando, like that's the out of all the people you want to cross over, that's the biggest person. But
Honestly,
that's
I would have
pretty cool.
preferred. I would have preferred Ahsoka just because we don't have a show yet. It would have been really cool to see her in action more than we saw in The Mandalorian right before she gets her show. And from what I know, the Mandalorian people, the one with the helmet, they don't like the Jedi.
no,
So it would have been ironic, and it would have shown that Boba Fett grew as a character if he's willing to take the help of an ex-Jedi to help him gain control of the planet. It would have shown that he's not going to run a similar guild as the person that came before him, and a similar guild as, I guess, his ancestor, culturally speaking, because they would have preferred dying before getting help from any Jedi.
Wait,
That would have shown
does-
growth in character.
Does Boba even acknowledge the Mandalorian culture?
that's the thing. So
I don't think he does.
I think he recognizes whatever Django recognized. You know, Django was a foundling. I mean, I don't know if all that stuff is canon anymore. as far as like the books they had on Jango Fett and his upbringing. But he's a foundling, so that's like take it with a grain of salt what he actually chooses to partake in. Like he doesn't take his helmet off. And also, with that said, there are different clans of Mandalorians. Bo-Katan has no problem taking her helmet off, but the people that raised the Mandalorian, he doesn't take his helmet off for anybody.
Didn't she even mock them like at one point about why
she was like, you stick it to the old ways. Yeah. Right. So we don't really know how Boba recognizes. I mean, we know he at least recognizes, you a Mandalorian? I'm a Mandalorian because I'm the I can see, rather than the Mandalorian aspect, like him, because it's my culture and I don't like Jedi, he probably just doesn't like Jedi for what they did to his father. That part.
They cut his head off. I could see it more like that from Boba, like, the 2 times I encountered a Jedi, they were the worst days of my life. I lost my father the first time, and the second time I was dissolving in acid for God knows how long. Stomach acid.
Because a Jedi hit me in the back.
Right. Exactly. Marinating. But you know what? Yeah, if they do show Ahsoka and he does decide to work with her, it would show some level of growth, saying, listen, I know I'm a man of my word. I learn from the mistakes of my past. I realize when I put up a fight with you Jedi, it does not end well for me. So we're going to work together. We can work together towards peace. But hey, I mean, Ahsoka is probably not, assuming she appears, she probably wouldn't even approve of what Boba is even doing, because at the end of the day, he's a crime lord.
Right.
He's a good crime lord.
Crime lord, right.
Like a Luffy from One Piece scenario. I'm a good pirate.
Ahsoka would argue also maybe that she prefer orders over like the Pykes. The Pykes are not supposed to be good. At least from the Clone Wars, those people are petty little bastard. If you go after one of them or cheat one of them out of a good deal, they would chase you to the end of the planet. So she would most likely choose the lesser of the 2 evil. And Ahsoka has shown that she's not about white and black. She has taken the gray line a couple times in the show.
Oh yeah, she's totally gray right now.
Yeah,
we could definitely see her supporting Boba Fett, where she's like, I'd rather have you here handling stuff, because if you are gonna do what you said you're doing, you at least protecting people and not being a Jabba the Hutt. Why would I prefer to have the Pykes running around? They're just gonna cause trouble for everybody.
Yeah, the Pykes are actually gonna kill people.
Right.
Yeah.
So again, they've been pulling all these strings, the Pykes, this whole time.
Have. Little snaky.
Right.
Yes. Slytherin bastard.
Slytherin, yes. If they were in a house, it would be
Slytherin. Yeah, they'd definitely be Slytherin, right? But I mean, it'd be cool to see whoever comes from the Mandalorian, the sister
it would be cool.
Series.
At the very least, it's gonna be Mando. Like, it has to be.
You don't play that music and it not be him, right?
Watch it not be. Watch it not be, y'all. Watch it not be.
You know what? If it's not, then that's an L on the show, because y'all had an opportunity for some good interaction and a good crossover, and you blew it.
Right. And it makes sense that if you're preparing for a war, here are these perfect warriors you just helped. Why not?
That probably owe you a favor. They're indebted to you.
I mean, yeah, he gave you his armor back.
Exactly.
Yeah, you owe him one, right?
So, and actually, wait, real quick. How did he find his armor again? Because I know he got it in The Mandalorian, right?
The sheriff of some town on Tatooine,
he was wearing it.
He bought it from the Jawas.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I remember. And he was wearing it, right?
He was wearing the helmet, and he was wearing the helmet, the chest plate, and the jetpack. I don't think he was wearing like the knee pads and stuff. But
it was that famous actor, right?
Yeah, it's
I forget his name.
Oh my gosh.
He's the guy that was the Tim.
God, oh my God.
He was that attractive guy from The Office that everyone was like falling in love with.
If that's the one series you want to remember him, yes.
I remember him from others. I remember him from far worse other films. Role.
Timothy Oliphant.
Was
he not so in Park and Rec?
I don't remember him in Park and Rec.
I could tell you in 2 bad movies he was in, because that's where I remember him the most. I remember him from Live Free or Die Hard, even though I like
the
that
villain
movie.
in Live Free or Die Hard, right?
He's the villain. And then the bad movie is Hitman. He played Agent 47 in the first
the
Hitman
Hitman
movie.
reboot. You're right. Or
The
was he
first
the
one.
first Hitman? Oh,
The first
right.
Hitman.
He was the first Hitman. You're right.
He was. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's that guy.
Yes. So, great actor. Probably never see him again in the series.
Yeah.
But yes, he had the armor. Mando made a promise. He said, if we kill the crate dragon, you give me the armor. And, they killed the crate dragon. So
That's what they did.
Yep.
Okay. We don't need to see that again.
No.
How he got his armor back.
No.
So I think that's pretty much it for episode 4. We got 3 episodes left. We're done with the past. I'm telling you, I see any more flashbacks from here on out, each episode gets an L, an automatic L. I'm telling you, and you know what? There was a moment when he was in the Bacta tank. I swore I thought they were going to show another scene from the Clone Wars where he's getting up out of the bed on Kamino and he's running as a kid as his dad's ship flies away. I said, "Oh my god!"
You know what?
Show this for the
they
third
need to
or
show
fourth
that
time.
scene because they need to explain that scene. They haven't explained that scene yet, so they will show that scene. And again, what's gonna happen? He's gonna be in the middle of a fight. He's gonna get knocked down, and it's gonna be a 10-minute flashback over him remembering the entire scene.
There is
I'm
only
like,
so
calm
much
down.
you can do because that boy is a grown ass man now. So
He's gonna move in slow motion. It's gonna be him getting out of the bed in
It's gonna
slow
show him in
motion.
his
looking
teenage
around.
years.
Yes.
You know what? We still don't have the transition from when he was in as a kid in the Clone Wars until where he's at as a bounty hunter, as the Boba Fett.
right.
There's
We
still
don't.
that middle
We don't.
ground.
We don't even know when he starts really putting on Django's armor.
Exactly. So
We
You
don't
see,
have that.
That would have been a good show if that was a young Boba Fett, like starting off as a
Maybe
bounty hunter.
that's the Book of Boba Fett season 2. More flashbacks.
So another flashback.
More
What a
flashbacks.
surprise!
More flashbacks of a teenager or like mid-20s Boba Fett on the rise of the bounty hunter guild. There you go.
Exactly.
Shit writes itself, man.
it's there. Money printer.
Hire
Right.
us. We got this.
Yeah, 3 episodes left. We'll see what happens. Any final expectations on the future of the Boba Fett? With 3 episodes we have left, a war is brewing. Mandalorian supposedly coming.
Let's see how big of a war this is. They better be on the streets, like snipers on roofs, Chrysanthemum down below, ripping up arms, Mando flying above, hit the fire spray. Oh, fun fact, they
Oh, you
changed the
increasing
name.
the budget. Okay.
Listen, go big or go home. Fun quick thing, they changed the name of the ship Slave 1 to Fire Spray because they thought
Oh, that's
Slave was too insensitive.
That's right.
But we'll
Oh,
that was a while ago, right?
That was a while. Well, they announced it during the production of the show.
Okay.
Right. But
sensitive
yes,
to whom?
huh?
Who was looking at this and felt triggered? Man?
All
Like,
black people. Like
Hmm.
it was during back when everybody was changing black things. Though this is not
Yes.
the stuff people were fighting for. It's like we're not fighting for this.
like
We
the
want-
Aunt Jemima, the
Right,
There's
yeah,
Asian
Aunt
students on the
Jemima.
side.
Right. It was like don't. I don't even know. I don't think black
Y'all
people
want
really care for
change?
Star Wars like that.
we're changing the name of the ship.
Right.
We're
The
helping,
happy
guys.
now, right?
We're helping.
the percentage of black people that are Star Wars fans, I'm sure it's a nice percentage, but ain't nobody could probably even knew that thing was called Slave 1.
I didn't know it was.
And
called-
even if they did know it was called Slave 1, I don't think any of them were like, that's racist as fuck.
we did
Actually,
it,
is there a
Patrick.
reason
We
why it
saved
was
the city.
Is that why it's called Slave One, or was it just the name?
No, the ship was called that.
No, but I'm saying why? Like, is it
It's
like
just-
something with the
it's just
story?
the
a
name.
cool name.
It's just a name.
ship.
It's
So
That
there's
ship
not
is
even a
a
story
slave.
attached with it that people could have gotten pissed about.
There's no story.
It's
There's no
it's,
story.
it's like when the
You know what?
a
That's what
ship that
triggers
sails
me
the
now.
ocean is called the Black Pearl, right? It's just a cool
Why
name.
the Black Pearl?
It's just a name. It's just a name.
It's just a name.
Right.
Oh my
It's just a
god.
thing.
These
All
people are
dead.
silly.
You know, I God bless Disney. I knew these lawyers were clapping each other in the back after that meeting.
We
got
did it.
people.
We did it, boys.
Yep. We did it.
Job well
Let's
done.
go out and celebrate.
Oh my god.
But
So-
you know what? I'm excited for next week. I want to see where it's gonna go.
I'm excited.
Promises have been made. Y'all promised me that there will be no more flashback, but I'm ready to be disappointed. I expect nothing, yet I know I will still be disappointed. But hopefully we're done. Next episode should be good. Hopefully Mando come back. Hopefully we get Ahsoka. I kind of want to see Ahsoka, especially with her show.
Ahsoka.
I want to see her. Like, she did not have a good enough scene in The Mandalorian. Like, this for me
She
would be
got
more
a good
badass.
scene in the man. She
She
stormed.
did.
She stormed a facility, and I thought she fought someone in
She
there.
did. She
fight?
had a nice fight with the person with the Beskar spear.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right,
Put
yeah.
some respect on Ahsoka's name.
I want a better scene. Let's just go with that. I want her, like, because I know if she appears, I'm ready to see her flip around and cut people in half. Like,
You just want
let's
her
go.
show. You just want the show.
I want the show, dude. Like, Ahsoka is such a badass. Like, the show is going to be amazing. But that's what I want to see. That's all.
Okay.
Mando, I don't need a Boba Fett 2.0 up there. It would be nice, but it would be the same character, just silent man trying to screw shit up. But I want Ahsoka because I know she's gonna drop a couple of one-liner in the middle of the fight because her character was funny in the show, in the cartoon show, so she should still be funny as an adult.
She's hardened now. She's a different
Yes,
person.
she's grown. She's been through war and betrayal.
Everybody's been through
Betrayal,
war. She's not
right.
special. But no, that's it really. Apart from that, 3 more episodes of this struggle and we're done.
3 more. Listen, 3 more episodes. I have high expectations. They're
Same.
done with the flashbacks. We caught up. There's no reason to go back anymore. And we're in a good place where I'm interested in what's happening right now in the present. I like it. I like seeing how Chrysanthemum gets involved. I like seeing how Boba is going to be uniting all the clans together. I want to see more about what the Pykes are scheming. You got a good, and that's the thing too. They didn't just save it for like the last episode to finally catch up with everything. We still got 3 weeks. We still got 3 episodes left of a solid show as long as they stick to the present.
Yes.
I'm hyped for that, and we'll see how Disney handles it from here on out. But all right, I would say that wraps up our thoughts on episode 4 of the Book of Boba Fett. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Did you stan this episode? Did you stan Boba and Fennec's relationship, how it bloomed in their glorious flashbacks in the Bacta tank? Or were you a very stern, let's get this over with and move on, please?
Hopefully the latter.
Hopefully the latter. We'll see. But let us know what you guys think. There were some good elements in this episode, some bad ones, but overall we're in a good place.
A lot of
right
bad
now.
ones. Come on.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate, yes. But if you guys enjoyed what we had to say, share us around, give us a listen. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram. If you got social media, we're on it. So give us a like, give us a share. Let us know what you think down below. But with that, we're wrapping up this week's episode of the Yonko Table for the Book of Boba Fett. I'm your Yonko host, DrJaceAttorney, fellow Yonko GrandMasterHoop, and Supernova Toasty. Signing off. Take care, guys.